Welcome back. My name's Jean. 6 weeks ago I had a spinal laminectomy and decompression. I've done a few videos just to report what it was like, how I found it, basically just a little bit of info. If anyone out there is about to have a laminectomy or has gone through it and just in day 1, day 2, I've probably made 3. This is probably the 4th one, and it will be my last one. I'm at 6 weeks. I feel great. Different to what I felt in the first few weeks. There were a few times in the early days that I thought maybe I was making, or I had made a mistake. So if you wanted to have a look back at my videos, you might get something from it. I'm not a doctor. All I am is just someone that's been through it, and just thought that I would just make a few videos and give you a bit of an insight as to what I went through. And so if you were going through it, it just might ease your mind that it is a normal thing to do. I'm not even sure where I finished off the last video, but let me tell you that the initial GP I had when I was first diagnosed, and this is the GP, I hadn't been to her very much, and I felt that she was not going to be the doctor that I wanted to continue my journey with. So I did actually change doctors, and that was probably around the third week I think. I went back to a clinic that I had been going to for many years, so they had all my medical information anyway. And the new doctor that I chose is amazing. Even in the initial consultation, was interested enough in me to ask, mentally, like, how was I dealing with this? So let me just tell you that, just briefly, I didn't need any pain medication when I came out of hospital. It was uncomfortable. There was pain. There was none of the pain that I had initially. What led me on to this journey. There were times when new pain arose in places that I hadn't had it before. That eventually sort of subsided. Probably the worst part was not being able to get comfortable when I sat. I made sure I did everything that I had been told about how you get on and off a bed, not bending, not turning sideways, doing the physio. I tried very hard to do what I'd been told. I'm 63 years old. For the last 4 years, been very inactive because of other health issues. I will be continuing with physio to build up core strength, which apparently will help. I just recently went back to have my 6-week checkup post-op with the surgeon, and he again told me that this actually was a critical op that I needed. There were, other problems that it was going to lead to imminently. And so at the end of the day, I'm glad that I went ahead and had it. It has been awkward. I was lucky in a way. I've had my husband home with me for the 3 months before when I was in pain, and the pain started, and the last 6 weeks he's actually got a medical condition, so it's not lucky that he's home, but lucky that he was actually there to help me. As far as I'm concerned, when you come home from hospital, you are going to need somebody to help you, to feed you, to even help you lift your legs and get it into bed in the beginning. When you drop something, initially I came out of hospital and just relied on my husband, and then I realized that I bought myself a like a grabber. Like, it's one of those things that if you drop something, you can just use it and pick it up. It's like an extension of your arm. It doesn't lift heavy objects, but that's okay because you're not supposed to be using or lifting heavy objects. Getting in and out of the car was difficult. I was lucky that I was I was able to apply, and I got a 6-month disability parking ticket thing, so that made it easier, but that just made me more aware of how many people that don't need it and do not have a permit to park in a disability parking spot actually take the parking spots, and how there's not a lot of disability parking spots in shopping centres. So it really opened up my eyes to that. It was difficult when I used to go to the shop, so I didn't drive. I haven't driven. I'm only allowed to drive now. But I'd go to the shop with somebody and I'd go shopping, and I couldn't pick things down. I couldn't pick things from the bottom shelf. That was annoying. Going to visit was awkward. I had to take a couple of pillows with me, so in the end we just got that we didn't go visiting anybody. I didn't go out for coffee. Just, not every chair. Even in my own home, I've had 3 chairs that I alternated with. I would sit for a while, I would get up and walk for a while, I'd walk around my backyard, I'd water my plants, and watered them way too much because it was boring out there. What else? Yes, I had Panadol for pain relief, and I made sure that I stayed up with that. But I think I'm at a good place now. I did have numb feet, and most of the numbness has gone. The initial pain's gone. I'm feeling happier. Yesterday was the first day I showered and completely showered my whole body, because to wash my hair and shower I wasn't allowed to get my back wet, so it was a matter of standing, face forward, head down, wash the hair. It was awkward, annoying. I had a very understanding husband, which has been good, because I've been really annoyed lots of times. That's really about it. Again, I'm going on and forward. I did have a protruding disc as well, and that's why I'm going to continue with the physio to improve the core strength, which apparently will help so that I don't have this problem again. We missed out on a trip to India. We lost our money because I did have travel insurance, and even though I've applied for a refund through the insurance company, I think they're going to just say that, it was like a pre-existing problem. So even though everything, the spinal stenosis, everything just reared its ugly head, within just a short while of the holiday, they're probably, no insurance company wants to pay out. So they're probably going to say, well, you must have had that problem for years. And yes, I have had a back problem for years, but for the past 12 years, I've not had any problems. So we've sort of kissed that $5,000 goodbye. That was hard to do, but at that time I couldn't have gone anyway. I'm just hoping that, you guys will be successful in your recovery. It's very important, I think, to have someone around you that gets you. If you're going to be annoyed and anxious and in pain, and because that helps a lot. A great GP. I'm glad I've changed GPs. That's probably another reason that I won't get my insurance as well for my trip, because he wasn't the initial doctor, and they're probably going to make an issue of that. Follow the instructions. Do your best to do what you're told, even if it's not comfortable. I've had to sleep in a position that I can't stand, but now it's just the way it is. And I think too, if you've got some warning that you're going to need an operation, I only had, I think it was 2 weeks between when I found out to when I actually had the operation, because it was an emergency surgery. Prepare for it if you can. If you can cook pre-cooked meals for yourself, if you're living on your own, or at least if your hubby's not a great cook and he's just got to put them in the microwave or the oven. And if there's a way of, you know, getting a little bit fit. I know that sounds wrong, because normally when you know you needed surgery, you're already in pain. But if there's any way that you can prepare, already buy the grabber thing to pick up bits and pieces, because I'm telling you, if you drop your underwear or you drop the toilet roll, there's just so many things you don't think of. Even when I used to go out to water my plants, something to do, if the nozzle of the hose and the hose had been dropped, that was annoying. Just so many things. If you've got time to pre-prepare, I would definitely tell you to do it. Have a supply of paracetamol. Don't be afraid to take it. Don't be afraid to take any painkillers that you're told to take. I mean, I hate taking any kind of pills, tablets, but I really need it. And then keep up with it. So if it's due every 4 hours, you know, just take it a bit before the 4 hours, because once the pain kicks in, it takes a while for it to fade. But yeah, prepare. Research, if again, you know, if you're not sure. We were on the verge of saying no to the surgery, even though the pain was debilitating. But I'm so glad now, 63, but I'm not ready to lay down and die yet. Thank you very much for following me on these videos. I hope everything goes well for you. Please subscribe to my channel. We do have other videos on the channel, traveling Thailand. So if you're into that, we do bring other videos of different other genres now and again. But please subscribe, like, share, give me a thumbs up. But good luck, and take it easy, and smile. And even when you don't think you're going to make it through that day, please just hang in there. It's also been a good incentive for me to drop some weight. So in the last 6 weeks, I've dropped nearly 5 kilo. I've got a long way to go, but weight plays a big part as well. So that's a bit of an incentive to get done. Okay, it is 2018, and I wish you all the best for the new year. And I hope you check back and check out the first few videos that we had. And thank you. Bye-bye.